All right,
Hi, sir.
everyone. Good morning. Bonjour. Ça va? Hello.
Well,
Welcome.
What does savoir mean?
Caroline, go ahead.
sure. Hello, Dr. Rob. I'm Dr.
The question was, what does ça va mean?
Oh, ça va. Oui. Ça va means how do you do? And then you answer, yes, I'm doing well. Or in French, it would be, oui, je vais bien. So
Or in Spanish,
if
it
you
would
want to
be
interact with me, ¿cómo
Spanish, ¿qué
está?
pasa?
¿Está bien? Oh, ¿qué pasa?
Yeah, ¿qué pasa? Yeah, ¿qué pasa?
True.
Okay,
¿Qué
well,
pasa means more like, what's happening? Vamos, vamos.
that's right. See, you do know Spanish. Okay,
Está
so
haciendo hoy.
yes. So I'm really excited. Today we have a great guest speaker, artist, and I'll introduce her in a minute. But first, I have some announcements to make. And the first is that a reminder that tomorrow we were scheduled to have Mr. Bill give a lesson and activity on civil engineering. He's very experienced from DC Water, but we've had to postpone that to next week. So we're going to use that entire time to have our virtual cooking lesson with Miss Rihanna from the new school kitchen. So the two items, Caro, you might be interested in this, and you're welcome to join us. The two items that we're cooking are banana pancakes and breakfast tacos. So there was a recount on the votes and no hanging chads, and it was very clear in the end what the two recipes were that were most popular. So that's what we're doing tomorrow. We also have some exciting guests that are coming up next week as well, in addition to some new lessons, and I'll post those on our website, youngscientistacademy.org/programs. I think that's it for now in terms of announcements. I don't know if anyone else has any questions about just programs in general, but without further ado, I'm going to introduce Miss Caro. How do you want to be called today? Caroline?
Caro.
Miss Caroline.
Miss
Caro?
Caro.
Miss Caro. Okay.
You always do that.
It's my sister is her name is Caroline. So
let's call me Caro today.
Caro? All right, excellent. So I'm going to share my screen here and just show you what we're in for. So
Yay.
oops. So this is how long have we known each other? This has been a while, no? It's been
A year maybe now?
15 years? Yes, 15 years at least, maybe 20 years.
15 plus, yes.
Yeah, 15 plus. Wow, time flies, huh?
Time fly, eh?
Yes. So this is your website, and I'll let you give you an introduction on some of the science stuff that you're doing. But this is beautiful, the artwork that's here. I love it. And what is the Design Naturaliste? Is this is a company that you started, or?
Yeah, it's a company I started since I've been doing art for mostly all my life. Before I was a scientist, and people were always asking me to make some drawing or even bande dessinée. How do you call that in English? Little books, comic books.
Yeah, comic books. Yeah.
Yeah. So and I always done that, on my spare time. And suddenly I had more spare time between two contracts because I'm a consultant in science and in art.
Yes.
So it gives me the opportunity to make facturation, you know, all those kind of things which that the entrepreneur do.
Yes.
And now I can follow how big are the project and how I will charge for them, because before I didn't know. So it was always like a surprise.
Yeah.
So now I have things to compare. So that's why I built my company. It's called now Design Naturaliste. And
Yes.
One of my last contract was about the biodiversity of our river, St. Lawrence River, which is one of the
Our
biggest,
video
very,
is
very large.
to be seen.
So this is what I'm doing on, particularly on this website. It's illustrating with my own designs.
I mean,
the biodiversity.
This is just fascinating. So
Yeah.
we say science is the art of observation, right? And I really
Exactly.
feel that scientific illustration and the way that we capture, like when we look at something and we observe the world, right? And we capture that in our mind and then translate that to either like a drawing or a poem or some sort of creative writing, that it, you know, that's becoming such a lost art. So yeah, so this is why I think that there needs to be more of this stuff. Yes. And I'm looking in the background as well there, Caro. This is some of your artwork there.
Yeah. I'm doing also oil and acrylic on the regular canvas. And my project, my actual project's called Plastic Ocean. And it's all about the plastic interaction with the animals. So I will have this exposition in some brewery bars and in Quebec City, with those 20 illustrations that will be numerical, you know, with the interaction, people can play with the screen, and also those big canvas that they can buy, or the original, or just a picture of it. And it's like, since I have like a great sense of a great sensitivity, I like to put some how can I say that, some emotions in the fish. So even fish gets emotions, so it catch the eyes of the observer, and it's at the same time it gives them the awareness. So when you bring people that are not scientists to have the feeling that the fish or the bear is kind of talking to you, they want to know more. So it's kind of it's a way to transmit the knowledge, but also the appreciation of the nature and how precious it is. And it works pretty well.
Yeah. This is awesome. Yeah,
better in drawing than talking, though. So
yes, that's good. I mean, but you know, artwork is just another way to communicate. It's a way to like get a feeling or an expression, right, across, right, convey a concept or a message.
And you can go really back, you know, since the human can draw in the cavern, you know, with their hands on the walls, you know, they wanted to communicate what they observed. You know, we are 5 in our family, so 5 hands, and then they draw a mammoth. This is what I eat tonight. Yeah. So communication by observation is, and even with the, you know, Chinese letters, you know, how they write, or Japanese and things like that. They also use a lot of pictogram. So it's the basis of communication art. So.
Yes.
And I even have a t-shirt right now, you know? You see,
that's awesome.
And this is a DNA something. DNA.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, it's not my art piece of art, but it was for the institute where I did my PhD, and it's called the Institute of Biology, Integrative Biology in the System. And ibis is a in French is a sort of bird. So we so the person who have done it I've just mixed the ibis and the color of the university with the strength of DNA. So it's make all sense, even if you don't speak French, you understand what happened.
That's right.
Here.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, it's very similar to computer coding, right?
Yes.
It's the same thing. There's not a Spanish or a French version of computer coding.
No,
It's all the same.
universal.
Yes.
Maybe
And then
can go too.
one of the things that we could do here with the artwork that we're going to learn, so we recently got a t-shirt printing press.
Yep.
So we can actually print the designs that everyone, comes up with
Exactly.
on a t-shirt. I think that would be really, really cool.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so you have a PhD.
Yes.
And do you want to talk about what you're doing this summer and what your sort of science background is as well?
I have a really zigzag, trail background. I started as a biologist. Then we met at that time in limnology, so water quality. And then I've done some molecular forestry to improve first for trees quality. And then the PhD was about fish using molecular information to improve fishery management in American eel. So and then the postdoc in water quality with bioremediation. So I put that everything in the same pot and tried to do a big project with that. Unfortunately, it was a startup, and there's a lot of competition in environment. So I just left the startup and I'm on my own now as a consultant. So
that's awesome. And no, it is. And so we have a lot of young female scientists among us, and I'm using scientists here to encompass everything, right? This is our sort of definition at YSA. It's artist, it's, just science is a culture, right? That's the way we see it. And so do you have any sort of advice for a young girl or early career woman that's getting into sort of an interest in a career and pursuing that? Yeah.
Perseverance, passion. Those are two key that you need to have to be a scientist, because it's a long road. And also you have to do your to work on your network, like you're doing right now with the young academy scientists. That's awesome. So you will your friends in science will follow all your life. Okay. And opportunity too. Even if you have great marks and everybody wants to have you and you're hired in MIT and Harvard, good for you, great. But if you are like like girl next door that have ordinary marks like me, you need to catch the opportunity and to really get into your passion and your project, so you can live from it, and also communicate your passion about your work. So and also have a lot of positive people around you. Never let people tell you it's impossible to get you down.
That's so true. Yeah, never let someone say you can't do it. In fact, that should be motivation and ammunition for you to actually step it up, right? Yeah, and prove them wrong. Well, this is great advice. So thank you for sharing that. That was great. So let's get into the art side of things today, because this is really cool. And we have a dog model today, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
we have a hard model today. It's Frida.
Yes.
So
and then so just a reminder, if you have any questions or you want to ask Caro something as we're doing this, because it's a very interactive activity, please put them in the chat, the question in the chat, and then
and I'm gonna follow the chat, I promise.
Yes, no, that's right. I can moderate this, and then
Okay.
I can call your name and you can ask your question, or I can ask on your behalf.
Okay.
And Scott says, très magnifique. Ils sont
Merci,
si jolis.
Très joli.
Very good. All right, so I'm going to pass it over to you at this
Great.
point.
So why do I want to do Frida first? Because I really like to draw fish, because I have a group on Twitter that's called Sunday Fish Sketch #, and it's a really nice community of people who gather together once a week, just to give us, you know, the time. We take time to make sketch, because sometimes we have something else to do in life more important than sketch our hearts. So I needed this. So I found this Sunday Fish Sketch is by Dr. Lamberis, who's I think in Minnesota University. She's doing her PhD. So and so the community grows and grows and grows, and super cool, because we're sharing all a piece of art. But people doesn't always like fish. So let's start with something cute, like my dog. We prefer mammals than fish.
We love fish, but dogs are great.
Dogs are really great.
And at some point here, we're actually, we have a snake here.
You do have a snake?
Yes. So Dr. Beth,
name?
my wife, works at Bald Head Island Conservancy, and they have a snake there, Ricky. It's a corn snake. And we are pet sitting through this time. So that'll come out at some point.
Oh, I want to see it. Or you have to take some picture of Ricky. So also, I was proposing also SciArt workshop here on Twitter. So if you have, and also with YSA, I propose that if you have any questions or piece of arts or workshop or exercise you'd like to try and communicate with me or Rob, I was proposing this and more hashtag if you want. You can have all the hashtag you like.
Yes, this is awesome. Like this a lot.
I'm really good on hashtag. I like that. Yes. I'm a bit compulsive though. So today we have to start with basic, you know, because art, you know, visual art is like music. So you have to practice and to make your eyes and your hands sharp. Okay. So you have to do some first practice we're gonna do. See how organized I am. It's because I'm a scientist. I use my skills. So this is to do sketch. Okay, this is the exercise I'm going to do today. We're going to take the best picture of Frida, the one she's on the log. You know, yep. Can you share it on the screen?
Yeah, you can share your screen. Yeah, do you want to try that now?
Can you do it for me? Because I'm looking for the picture.
Okay,
it's on Facebook.
You're talking about on Facebook?
I share it. Oh, I have it here. Hold on. I think I'm not sure how to share it. It's on Facebook.
Yes, if you bring the picture up, I can pull it up here too.
I'm working hard now. I'm gonna put your name on it though. Identification, Rob.
I think I have it here. I can share my screen. On the log?
Yeah, on the la souche, there's some trees around.
All right. So
it's in the White Mountain. No.
I can pull up. I'm going to share my screen. If you're okay with pulling up. So here is your, everyone should see this. Everyone sees this, yeah?
Yeah, it's great. So it's the last picture. I just put it last night though.
Okay, I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom.
Isn't it a cute dog? So what is yeah, this one is good.
This one here.
Yeah. let's try this one. It's going to be a great one to start.
Right.
So why in scientist illustration, you can take a picture and try to reproduce it, and if you are really talented and skills, you can reproduce it as a picture. You know, people we call it you know, réalité augmentée, like a high reality skills. But this is not what we want. What we want is to catch the eyes of your of the observer, and we want to pass a message. So here with that dog, what is the message we see is that that dog is looking at you and she's waiting for something. So the exercise today is not going to be about the emotion, but it's going to be about how to draw it very fast and without thinking, because we are thinking too much. So I have my jumbo stylo. So if you have your paper and pen, we're gonna do it at the same time. I always have my, you know, little book here when I travel, and just a regular pen. No need to have fancy things. I bought this from a dollar store. It's very awesome because you had all the pens you need in just a tube. So if you go camping, you can sharpen, but today it won't be necessary. Always have material to draw. So you'll be in the mood to draw when you have without expectation. You have something you like. You say, "Oh, I'm gonna draw it." And first sketch we're gonna do always the same image. We're gonna observe Frida and draw it for 1 minute. Okay, and then we're gonna share. Why sharing is important? It's because when you are you know, good at school or not, or when you go in science, most of our problems are we want to keep it for ourselves because we want it to be perfect. Perfection is it's again production. So when we share, we don't judge, and we learn to just give it up and have fun too. So first sketch is going to be 1 minute, and then we go 30 seconds, and then 15 seconds, and then the other exercise will be 15 seconds, but you're going to keep your pen always at the same, always on the paper, never take it off. And then 15 seconds, blind, by memory. Oh my God, that is fun. So you by memory and you close your eyes. And then we share again. So let's start with the first one.
Okay, so this is awesome. So a couple of questions just to be clear. So everyone has hopefully pencil, drawing, something to draw with, an instrument, and a piece of paper or a sketchbook or something, right? And then what we're going to be doing here is today we're going to be drawing Frida.
Yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
as a starting point. Okay.
Always Frida. Just to because more you draw the same subject at first, so more you get its personality and its proportion and its form. And if we do more meetings like in the future, then you can choose your own subject. But the exercise will be to change the movement in different position. You know, up like this, or on back, and eventually it's going to help you to draw anything just by without having any model. It's really great.
Yes. Oh, we're definitely, if you're up for it, we're going to be up for doing more of these. This is cool stuff. All right. So I think there's a couple of people still getting some paper. So we'll give them a minute.
Oh, of course. Take your time.
Yes.
So today I will do it with you on this big paper. And I'm going to take a picture of it. And I'm going to send it to you so you can share with me also what you do. You see that my skills on table board like this are not the same because what I'm doing with because the picture you see I'm doing them with my tablet. My iPad, for example, this is what I'm working on right now.
Interesting.
It's a brook trout. But
that's beautiful.
it's colorful. And so I'm working a lot with the iPad. If you want, I could do also a workshop on how to do a numerical painting. You know, because there is a lot of options. Some are free, some you have to pay.
Yes.
Some are really mainstream, like.
Yes, that would be awesome. And then I think Sammy has a question. Sam?
Where's the question?
He raised his hand. Yep, go ahead, Sammy.
Nope.
No, he doesn't have a question.
Do you remember when I wrote the dog on? Do you remember the easy way of the dog?
Do you remember the easy way of the dog?
Yes. So I learned from TikTok a dog way. So like easy way to make a dog. It comes with the theme song.
Yes, there is awesome techniques to draw a dog. Exactly. And this is really, really a great skill to have. So, but I don't know that one in particular. Today we're going to practice more, how do you say that? The realistic, your own vision of a dog, yes, instead of a dog.
Imagination.
Sorry?
In your imagination.
Yeah, instead of your imagination, because this is how science art works. It's about observation of the nature. So this exercise with Frida, more than the model, what is important is how you see Frida and how you can reproduce her. So this is all about observation, but I really like TikTok drawing, sketch, drawing trick, because those people are super skills. Some of them are professional.
For sure.
I don't watch TikTok anymore.
No, you don't. I put some things on TikTok. I've been in South Africa before this all lockdown happened, and I put all my elephant video there. I can share my name from TikTok.
We'll have to post that. I'll put the link on the website.
So, yeah, later.
Okay, so let's do this. I think everyone should have piece of paper and stuff now. So I'll now pass it over to you. Everyone should see Frida on the screen.
So we're gonna let Frida on the screen, and let's start at the same time. I'm gonna put my my chronometer. Come on, new one. Oops, there we go. So here we go. I put my monitor to 1 minute. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, go, start. So what I like to do is I start to put the principal elements when I draw, to have kind of the proportion. So now you have but do it by yourself. And this is not a conquest, it's really an exercise of observation. Oh my God, 29 seconds, going so fast. So now it's 25 seconds, so you see? I took too much time to observe. This is the nose. It's easier for me because I know her though. Oh, it's time. Stop. Everybody stop. So.
Holy cow, that, oh my God, that's really good. That's amazing. Does anyone care to show their picture? All right, so
Mine's horrible.
Sammy, do you want to show it? Jayla, do you want to show yours?
It's part of the
lots of
exercise.
mistakes.
So what we can
See,
do,
then finish.
so if you want to put your
Awesome. Good
pictures
job.
up at the up on the screen, Jayla, you can put it up closer to the camera so we could see it. Well, other way. There we go.
Here we go. I see the nose and the
There we go.
eyes.
That's awesome.
All right. That's awesome. Good observation skills.
Zoe, do you want to show us yours?
I only got like a little bit of the head, but possibly sure.
Oh,
Well,
look at that.
let's have a look here. Oh, hey, that's good.
Hey, that's very good. Yeah. Oh,
Excellent.
great. So you all have good observations.
Nice job,
skills.
everyone.
Yeah. So this is what I like to do when I travel or when I walk in the woods or in the cities. You know, you see a big statue or you see birds or a great flower. Okay, you just don't think. You just take your head out and just draw what you see to exercise your sharpness of your hand and also your eyes and the communication between two. So this is neurology. Science is everywhere. Oh my God.
This is great. And so now it's 30 seconds, yeah?
Yeah. So now
Before,
let's do it for 30 seconds.
but before we do this, does anyone have any questions before we jump into the 30 seconds?
Can I show you mine?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, we want to see it, please.
I'm going to...
Oh, bravo, great.
Oops. Hey, that's really good.
That's very good.
Good job.
I'm not even finished with.
I see your hair.
Right, so now I'm going to... I'll share
Bring
the
back
same picture
Frida.
again. Same picture.
Same picture.
All right,
It's-
30 seconds. I'll leave it up to you now.
It's all about practicing your observation skills. Now we have only 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3, go. Let's go together. So I'm looking at the picture. So she has a small nose like this. Focusing on your ear, like that. And she got great eyes. Oh, it's about to ring. Oh my God, it's so fast. Even for me, it's too fast. And this picture is, oh, it's finished.
Oh my goodness, that was quick.
Activation of your brain this morning. I think I didn't have enough coffee there yet.
I know, we need like 6 or 7 cups before we really get firing. But still, I mean, I can tell that that's a job, right? 30 seconds.
Dr. Rob,
Yes, Sammy.
can we try seeing yours?
Right?
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
actually not doing it. I'm moderating it.
Oh, you're not doing it.
Ah,
Oh, oh, we want to see yours. Next one, you have to do it.
Oh my goodness gracious.
15
All
seconds.
right.
no matter what.
Where's my pens?
We'll see. Okay.
Okay. And, oh, so my chair wants to stick on me. Sorry.
I think there is
Really
a
want to
request.
show here.
We can show our drawing.
So Excellent wants to show the picture, her picture.
Oh,
So Excellent. Do you want to?
this is 30 seconds. Huh? You see, it's really yeah. You have to be really fast in observation without thinking.
That's
What
very
is
good,
yours?
Andy.
Eyes.
So this one here is 30 seconds not looking at the picture. Is this right?
The next one, it's
15 seconds.
exactly yes. Just you can look at the picture.
Yep.
It's gonna be 30 seconds, but you never put you always leave your pencil on the sheet,
Okay.
and at the end you have to get back to it, to the first point. It's very hard because we like to note
Well,
when we draw, we like to do that.
All right. So this is what we're going to do.
Goodbye.
You can keep the picture.
Annika, did you have something to say?
Oh,
Oh,
I see.
Annika
Goodbye.
on the left. All right. So I'm now going to share the screen again. And how long we got for this?
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
But this time you don't. You leave your pencil on the canvas. You never give it up.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
it's, okay.
All right.
So 30 seconds. Everybody's okay with that?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, go. If I start with the nose and then I do up here's, and you got here, little smile. Woo. Here we go. 9 seconds. Woo. That's fast. Fini.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Me.
What do you
We're
call
gonna
this?
survive
Like,
this. It's
what do you
almost
call
finished.
this style of like artwork? Like
This artwork.
yeah, what do you call this style? Is it like like
This is sketching exercise. It's like a singer needs to practice their voice, okay, or practice their ear. This is what I'm showing you right now. It's the observation skills. And also to practice your memory. So when you're gonna have to do like a trout or a flower, you're gonna remember what you remember about the volumes, the color, iridescence, and the how it makes. It's gonna help you to draw and to observe the good thing and to reproduce it better even than the image. This is also SciArt. It's to reproduce some details that regularly when you look at the bird, you don't see them.
Right.
But yeah. So for the field guide, for example, all those birds are looking so great, and they have all those like little munchies here and there. It's to help you to remember to look at that to identify for identification. So this is sketching just to practice your observation, and to have all this hard drive in your brain to help you to do the better sketch after later. You know, Celine Dion doesn't sing like that without practicing. You know.
Yes. And so like one of the
Peter Kylie Minogue.
yeah, that's right. Oh my goodness gracious. So one of the projects we've sort of started at YSA is looking at urban food webs, right?
Oh.
So even in like a rural city like Wilmington, you know, there are deer walking down the streets in the suburbs. There's coyotes. There's lots of interaction, and we've been setting out some trays to get footprints and hoping to like set up some cameras so we could take pictures. I could see like this artwork being a good way to sort of show and discover more about that particular topic. Yes, I think excellent.
And also people wants to do it with us. It's going to engage people in their urban environment.
Right.
So now the last exercise is to do it 30 seconds, but eyes closed.
Okay, but before we do this, Excellent wants to show her.
Of course.
All right, so her microphone's been unmuted. Is this Excellent, or is it Cynthia or David? Or all three?
All three. Great.
So if you want to start your video, Excellent, we can. My
name is not Excellent.
Oh, okay. It's listed down there, Cynthia, as Excellent. Do you want to? Here we go. Hey, David. Come on.
Show it.
Cynthia.
We see you.
Wait.
Oh. All right. So here is.
Why?
Okay, Cynthia, go ahead and show your picture.
I am showing it. What?
Oh no, you got to do it on the computer so we can see it.
I'm putting it in front of. Okay, whatever. Yeah.
And you can take picture.
That was really cool.
You can take picture of your drawings, so we can look at them afterward too.
Right. Exactly. All right. So this is closing your eyes, 30 seconds. Is this the deal?
Yeah. Eyes closed, 30 seconds. So you don't have the model. You don't see your canvas. All you know that so you're blind, and you just draw like this for 30 seconds. What you remember of the dog.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm not even going to show the dog.
You don't even show the dog. Just show your face. That's fine.
There is no dog.
1, 2, 3, go. Close your eyes and show the dog. Okay. So I don't even see. And so there's the paw, another paw. I really don't know what I'm doing now. More nose. 2 seconds.
But still, that's.
I'm not done.
Show us your results. We want to
Yes.
see yours too. That's part of the exercise. Sam, Zoe.
Oh,
Wow. Oh, that's good. We see the dog now.
nice.
Can I show mine?
Oh,
That was
very
mine.
good.
Nice, Abby.
Yeah. Nice, Abby.
Anyone else?
I'll
Scribble.
show mine.
Mine's scribble.
Yeah. So
Nice, Jayla. Can you bring it closer to the camera?
I get this one.
oh, very
Hey.
good. We see the dog. Great.
Wow, that's excellent.
That's
Yeah, nice
excellent.
job.
So
Anyone
you
else?
can. There's some
Oh, I
more
like it.
here.
Ah.
So I have a question. So how do you know, like in your mind, right?
See?
You're looking at a picture in your mind, but
Mhm.
on paper there, like your eyes are closed. I mean, it's just amazing how that came together. How do you know, like, where your pencil is on the paper? Are you using the force?
Do I open my eyes, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, no.
No.
You don't open your eyes, but how do you feel where the the marker is on the paper?
Yeah, it's this is how this exercise work. So this is how I learn art. Okay, with my art classes, we were doing, the classic, the flowers, and then the bust, and then the nude, and then the da-da-da-da. We were drawing every day, and every single things, with or without those kind of things. So it makes you, it produces on your mind, where you are on the paper. So even if you close your eyes, so it's like a superpower.
Yes, it is. No, it's amazing. Actually amazing.
Superpower that came with first. You have a talent, but if you don't work your talent, it won't blow. It won't bloom. I mean, bloom, blow.
I
Exercise.
promise I'm going to practice this. Yes, sir.
Let's exercise art.
Exercise art. I like this.
It's exercise art. Oh, thank you. Yes, it's yeah, exactly. So you do some, weight like this 3 times. Wow. So you do the same, but with your drawing, and you need to choose your own, also your own models. So you're more passionate. You're more motivated. And even sometimes when you feel like a bit lazy or a bit depressed, whatever, you just stop thinking and try to do that. And it's gonna blow your mind how you're gonna feel better after. It's like sports.
I'm going to, I promise I'll do this next time, right?
Yeah,
But
we're
I'm gonna
waiting for the result. And do it with Beth and the kids.
I'm gonna do it with
Promise.
the kids, and then what we can do is I'll put it up on social media. How about that? With those hashtags.
Yay! Go, Rob, go.
And then Zoe says,
Yes.
she said
You
hers turned out
promise.
like, hang on, Sammy. It says mine kind of turned out like a deformed corgi. I asked her if she wants to show it. She said not really, but that's okay. She was proud of her first one, but I'm kind of curious to see how it looks with her eyes closed. Yes.
Of course.
Yeah. If she's game.
Oh, it's your game.
She's doing it. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Oh, nice. Thank you. Show it.
Like peer group pressure, I'm telling you.
And this exercise to
wow.
share.
Oh, that's outstanding.
Where you do? Oh, I see it now. Oh, wow. Good job, Zoe. Wow. Yay, you did it.
Yeah, nice job. That's really good. Well,
And like I said before, it's part of the exercise to show the result, even if you're not, proud of it because you didn't pass like a week on it. It's to reduce the stress to share your work, because in science we're writing articles and we never want to show it to our director because we say I could do better. No. It's you do it in 15 seconds. This is the result, and you share it. So it reduces the stress of performance.
We actually spoke about this on Tuesday. So Mr. Kevin, who was talking about writing, he's an award-winning journalist.
Wow.
And he said the same thing you just said, right? He said it's never going to be perfect, and you're always going to find something wrong with it. You just got to pump it out there. And spend time doing it, right? So it's consistent. Yeah, voila.
Consistence.
Well, this
that was amazing. I really like to do a workshop with you guys.
Yeah, let's do it. What would you guys think if Caro did this like on a weekly basis? What would you guys think? You can put your thumbs up or comment in the chat room.
Or once a month, whatever. I can give you exercise when I'm not there.
I think yes, and this is awesome. Do you think there would be kids in Montreal that would join in? Or no, I shouldn't say Montreal because you're not there. You're in Quebec, but just kids in Canada in general. No?
I think Montreal, Quebec.
Yes. Yes. So we've got a lot of yeses. Yeah, and
yay!
Abby said she's Canadian.
Oh, you're Canadian, Abby. Hello. Yeah, and Labrie is French.
Yes. Yes. So I think it's the Royal Decree has it. It's an overwhelming response that we want more of this stuff.
Yay.
This is excellent. So what would be the plan from? Well, let me ask: has anyone got any questions from the group? Any questions?
And if you have any questions that pop up,
or even like about science, what would be the next thing that we would attack here? What's the next step in the procedure?
Yeah, after you done your exercise.
After I've done my exercise, you have to. This is like a prerequisite. Next step.
I think I wrote some the planning. I was thinking about it. For example, next time we could talk about numerical painting, with iPads and the different application, the free or the one where you have to pay. And also I can show you how to do a storyboard. So if you want to do some comic books, it's really, really great to communicate with the community about, we have coyotes here, coyotes eat this and interact with that. And so you can put sceneries with your models. And also I can do a whole workshop if you want on how to use color and to produce volumes and texture, and what is about iridescence in French. I will translate it for next one.
Yes,
So
I think it's iridescence. Yes, colorful.
It's iridescent.
Yes.
Yay, something easy.
Cynthia was saying
so
that.
This was I have 4 ideas now. So, but if you have some. Yeah.
No, this sounds good. And Cynthia also says she's actually she can have a class on how to draw characters too.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
This would be very good.
This is fun to draw a character. So you can do a lot of vulgarization through character. We have here in Quebec a character with pharmacien. It's like a word with a pharmacy and dog, and do it like this to address, kind of fake news, like maybe dandelion will cure everything, your headache and your cancer. So he said, "Oh, is it true or false?" So you have this characters coming in here and explain where this idea come from and why it's true or not, or if there is some part of true. It's very, very cool. Everybody loves him. He's on TV now. Can you imagine? He started as a character, now he's on TV.
Yeah, that's
careful
crazy.
what you wish.
So I made a mistake with Abby, who would like to have a class on drawing characters, and maybe Abby, if you want to jump on and like unmute your microphone and put your video on and sort of chat with Caro about that would be cool. And then I'm going to go and get a certain animal I mentioned before.
Hello, Abby. Hi. So do you draw a character right now, or have you started before?
Yeah, I've drawn characters and stuff. I actually did this. I actually drew a picture of this.
There we go. Wow, that's awesome! Oh, wow, you have such an imagination. You're really creative. There's a lot of details.
I have other ones, but I also
So much other ones. A lot.
Thank you, Sammy.
Every time Dr. Robert or Miss Hardy picks us up, she shows me like 3 or 4.
Oh, she does.
Yep.
Oh, so Ricky is there. It's on the picture.
So maybe this one that we could draw as well.
Oh yes, we'll draw Ricky, of course. Oh, that's fun.
That you, Snake?
So this is maybe we could have a pet day. Oh, I like what Abby just put up there on the screen.
Oh, more drawings. Oh wow, there's so many characters.
At the moment, I'm handcuffed, but maybe we could have a pet day or an animal day where we could practice this also. No, this would be fun.
Oh, good job, Abby.
Well,
When we expectedly go back to school.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
So, Abby, I think Abby has a few First of all, are there any other questions? I think Abby actually wants to say something.
Just that this I like the activities and like strategy things that you taught us, and I think yeah, those are really cool, and I can't wait to maybe have another class.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, Abby. It was really cool to teach you that. My first time though.
Oh, it was excellent. I really appreciate your time.
Dr.
Yes, Sammy?
Yeah.
Is that a real snake?
Yeah, this is a real snake. Yeah, this is.
Because it looks like it's glitching.
Well, that's because I'm using a virtual background. Does anyone know? Does anyone know who the artist is of this piece in the background?
Miro?
Miro, very good.
Is it
This is not my piece. This is a picture I took at the National Gallery. But I
No
think
kidding.
I think it's
It is beautiful.
Yes. Well, thanks, Caro, and I really appreciate. And then if everyone wants to unmute their microphones, we can clap. Thank you. Even Ricky's clapping.
Yay. Thanks to you.
Great.
All right.
All right. Thanks
I
again.
really like Ricky.
We'll do this again soon.
Ciao. Yeah. Talk to you soon.
Bye,
And take care,
Bista.
everyone.